Well, hey there, team. This is podcast number 816. For me, it's the 10th of December 2019, and you are listening to episode 35 of the Muay Thai podcast. Well, hey there, team, and welcome on to this episode of the Muay Thai podcast, podcasting since 2007 and heard by more than 1 million people in over 160 countries. I am your host, The Old Guy, and today I chat with you from out there in the shed and on the treadmill as I bring you part 2 of our series, Muay Thai for Beginners. Check out all things Muay Thai podcast and all things Old Guy over there at www.oldguy-muaythai.com. Well, that's about enough of the old guy banging away here at the desk. Let's out the front door, down the stairs, into the shed, jump on the treadmill, and hear from the old guy. Well, good afternoon, team, and welcome out here to the shed and the treadmill as we once again get some easy miles in here on the Muay Thai podcast. And today on the Muay Thai podcast, it's part 2 of our Muay Thai for Beginners series. And if you think back to part 1 of Muay Thai for Beginners, our old guy had found his way into Bob's Muay Thai gym and left Bob's gym with a list of stuff that Bob wanted him to bring to his very first training session. So that's where we're going to pick it up today. We're going to work our way through the first part of that list and go from there. So when our old guy first walked into Bob's Muay Thai gym, he saw that just about everyone was training in just some shorts and bare feet. There were a few people that had tees on, like t-shirts on, but pretty much it was all bare chests and bare feet. Now that can be a little intimidating for a lot of people, but please let me encourage you to embrace the culture and traditions of this Muay Thai style and let it all hang out. Now I understand that there are many of you who train in colder climates, and in those circumstances obviously you ain't going to be running around in minus 10 degrees in teeny tiny shorts and no shirt. But seeing as I live in a pretty hot and humid climate, and Thailand, the home of Muay Thai, is also pretty hot and humid climate, I think we'll just continue to go forward thinking along those lines. So let's jump into it and start to work our way through the first of the list that Bob gave our old guy when he walked into Bob's Muay Thai gym. So the first list that Bob gave the old guy was what to wear to training. And this included Muay Thai shorts, a lightweight sports shirt or singlet or a rashi, and flip-flops. So let's kick it off with Muay Thai shorts. So as I said before, when the old guy poked his head into Bob's Muay Thai gym, he saw all these guys training in these teeny tiny little shorts that kind of look like boxing shorts, but they weren't. And Muay Thai shorts are kind of like traditional boxing shorts in so much as they have a very wide and thick elasticized waistband and are made from a lightweight satin type material. But that's just about where the similarity ends, because Muay Thai shorts need to do a very different job than what a boxing style short does. And of course, with the amount of kicking and kneeing involved in Muay Thai, well, you want zero restriction around that upper part of your leg area from a short. So by their nature, for the job that they're required to do, Muay Thai shorts need to be short, so you can have good high kicks, good high knees without any restriction. And if you just look at tradition for a moment and understand that Thailand, the home of Muay Thai, is a very hot and humid place, well, a lot of their traditional garments are loose and pretty light materials, with short sleeves and short pant legs being the norm. Well, it stands to reason that a fighting short will also be short and very loose around the leg area to help keep you cool. And Muay Thai shorts are designed to do just that, to give Muay Thai fighters the maximum amount of airflow, so when they are training they can cool off faster. And that's why you'll see that, a traditional Muay Thai short is, apart from being short, has that big thick elasticized waistband that light satin polyester type material. But you'll notice that the legs are cut very high at the outside, and a lot of the Muay Thai shorts these days have big cutouts in the side with a lightweight mesh material down the side, so that we've got plenty of airflow in and around the short whilst you're training. So whilst the waistband might look a little bit like a boxing short, and the material might be similar, very, very different shorts are Muay Thai shorts, and very specific to the job that they have to do. So there's also, just I might mention too, here's a bit of a tradition too when you see traditional Muay Thai fighters training and fighting. They'll commonly roll up, they'll roll down the top of the shorts, and quite often roll up one leg of the short to expose their leg muscles and to really showcase the strength of their kicks and their knees. And often you'll see a fighter rolling up the side of the short on the leg that he is most dominant with. A lot of people might say it's a bit of a giveaway, but I've seen it so many times. Pardon me. Another thing you'll find with Muay Thai shorts is that they're usually emblazoned with elaborate scroll designs and the words Muay Thai in Thai writing across the front of the shorts. Now, I'm not sure where or when this first started, but it seems to be the norm these days, and I reckon it looks pretty cool anyway. A lot of people, when they first come to Muay Thai, feel a bit funny about wearing these sort of super short Muay Thai shorts, but pardon me. But, after your first few training sessions, you quickly realise what they are and what they do, and how much more comfortable they are to train and to fight in. And they really do make a huge difference. As we chug down a bit of water, they really do make a huge difference to your training and your fighting. So when the old guy goes looking for his first pair of Muay Thai shorts, I think it's important that he looks for a short that fits, and forget about the look of the shorts. I think fit and function is much, much more important than the look of the shorts. Some Muay Thai shorts will fit tighter than other brands. It's really super important that the old guy looks for a size that he's comfortable with. Now, of course, all major Muay Thai brands have a specific size chart for their products that ensures that you're able to get a pair of shorts that corresponds in some shape or form with your waist measurements. But please, you've got to be aware that Thai sizing is very different to what you're probably used to. If you're normally a large waist, then that's usually something like extra large in Thai sizing. Like, the shorts that I wear, I like Boon shorts and Raja brand shorts. And in both of those I wear an extra large, where normally I would take a medium to a large in normal sort of, Western sizing. So you're going to have to try a few different brands before you lock in on the ones that are just right for you. And once you do, I tend to stick with that brand and that short all the time then, because I know its fit, I know its form, I know its function, I know its sizing, and it's pretty easy to just keep going back to the same brand short over and over. It's not that you're going to go through them that quick, but you do want to have a few pairs so you can wear a pair today, give them a quick rinse, hang them out to dry, put a fresh pair on for the next training session. And now be aware there are a few factories that produce the same shorts for several different brands, so make sure you do your research and try until you find the right one. Alright, a real quick break, and I'll be back on the other side to talk about the next part of this list. But for now, the old guy needs to have a drink of water, get rid of this cough, and I'll be right back.
It's go season. It's time for you to take advantage of the access and the resources that you have in your country and your community. You got a problem with your life, you got a problem with your environment, do something about it. If you want it, go get it.
Alrighty, we're back. And just excuse all the coughing and spluttering and carrying on. I've been a little bit of a flu thing the last couple of weeks, and I'm on the tail end of it now, but the old chest is still making me cough a bit. So anyway, back to the list. The next thing on the list that Bob gave to our old guy was to wear a lightweight performance sports t-shirt or a singlet or a rashie. And again, going back to Thailand and my climate being very hot and humid, that is the main reason most people go, train and fight without a shirt, just go bare-chested. If you do feel the need to cover up, then a lightweight, quick-drying sports performance-style t-shirt's definitely the way to go. One of those dry-fit type shirts that really wick the sweat away and evaporate it off really quick is the go. Training in any martial art, and Muay Thai in particular, you're going to sweat heaps. And hence you need that lightweight, quick-drying performance material. Too many people try to train in a plain old cotton t-shirt, and man, that is just going to quickly become saturated with your sweat, and once it does, it becomes very heavy to wear, and you just simply cannot do your job properly in any sort of martial arts training, and particularly Muay Thai training, trying to clinch and throw strikes, and when you've got a really super heavy saturated cotton t-shirt on. One of the other problems with plain old cotton t-shirts is once they do become wet with sweat, they become a bit like sandpaper, and they will chafe the absolute life out of your chest and your back, and they will absolutely destroy the area around your nipples. So honestly, even if you're a bit chunky like the old guy is here on the treadmill at the moment, I think you're better off to just, suck it up, don't be embarrassed, and just train in your Muay Thai shorts with your tops rolled down and the legs rolled up and nothing on your chest. You'll find it so much more comfortable and so much easier to train. And something we're going to touch on later on in Muay Thai for beginners is clinching. And as you'll quickly learn, trying to clinch with a t-shirt on, especially a wet soaked one, is pretty uncomfortable for both you and your clinching partner. In the terms of rashies, in sports like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, that sort of thing, you'll often see the guys wearing what we call a rashie. And a rashie is just simply a very tight-fitting sort of polyester spandex t-shirt. You'll often see surfers or bellyboard riders wearing rashies in the surf at a lot of beaches. And as the name suggests, they're worn to prevent the rash that you get from laying on a surfboard or a bellyboard. And you often see guys that don't wear a rashie get a horrible rash along their chest and their stomach. So rashies are really good because they're super tight, so they don't flop around while in the surf, and subsequently that makes them really, really good for training in martial arts like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial arts, or even Muay Thai. From my experience, I've tried to do Muay Thai training in a rashie. I just found it too hot and uncomfortable. I just prefer, like I say, bare chest, my Muay Thai shorts, roll them down, roll the legs up, and jump into it. The next thing that was on Bob's list that he gave to the old guy was flip-flops or sandals. And what Bob was suggesting was that, traditionally Muay Thai is practiced in bare feet, bare chest, bare feet. That's usually the drill. And so it was much easier, rather than come to the gym in running shoes and socks and then having to take your shoes and your running socks off and stash them away and then put them on again at the end of training. The good old humble rubber flip-flop really comes into its own for martial arts training, because you can hop out of the car in your flip-flops, get to the front door of your training venue or your dojo, or your training mat, and then just simply flick them off, leave them at the front door, enter your training area, do what you've got to do, have your shower, clean up, slip them back on, make your way back to your car and head for home. So I just find, having a good set of flip-flops or sandals around that are easy to slip on and off at the front door of your training venue makes a world of difference. So that's where we're going to leave it today. We're going to leave it there just with that first part of the list, and that is what to wear to training: your Muay Thai shorts, your lightweight performance sports t-shirt or a singlet or a rashie, or go bare-chested. Throw your flip-flops on, that you can leave at the front door of your training venue, and you're pretty much set, ready to go for your first Muay Thai lesson. On the next episode of Muay Thai for Beginners, we're going to start to get into the equipment that Bob gave the old guy a list of to bring to training, to help him with his training. And we're going to talk in the next show about wraps, hand wraps, and how to wrap your hands, a skipping rope, groin guard, ankle supports, and importantly, the Muay Thai gloves or boxing gloves that you may choose to take into training with you. So we might even have to do a couple of parts on that one, because there's going to be a fair bit in it. But stay tuned for the next episode of Muay Thai for Beginners as we start to talk about the gear that the old guy is going to take with him. He's got the clothing sorted. He's got his brand spanking new Boone Muay Thai shorts. He's decided to go with a lightweight performance dry fit sports t-shirt. Got the flip-flops ready to go. And now all he's got to do is start to pick up some of this gear, and the old guy will be ready to hit Bob's Muay Thai gym and get stuck into some Muay Thai. Well, that'll just about wrap us up from here on the treadmill for this part 2 of Muay Thai for Beginners. We're going to wrap it up now. I'm going to get stuck into the rest of my Muay Thai training here in the shed this afternoon, and I'll see you back at the desk in just a bit, and we'll tidy this all up. Don't go away.
Sometimes you can try so hard at something. Sometimes you can be so prepared and still fail. And with every time you fail, it's painful. It causes sadness. And especially as I saw last night, it causes disappointment. I've often said a man's character is not judged after he celebrates a victory, but by what he does when his back is against the wall. So no matter how great the setback, how severe the failure, you never give up. You never give up. You pick yourself up, you brush yourself off, you push forward, you move on, you adapt, you overcome. That is what I
believe. Alrighty team, that'll just about wrap us up for this edition of the Muay Thai podcast, which was part 2 of our Muay Thai for Beginners series. And I want to thank each and every one of you ever so much for continuing to pop on over, download the shows, listen in, and get a little bit of Muay Thai done here with the old guy. Well, I'm out of here now. That's about enough of the old guy banging away at the desk today. Until I see you on the very next episode of the Muay Thai podcast, or maybe see you out there in the rings or the gym somewhere, this is the old guy saying bye-bye for now.